got an RV, subscribe.
Okay, so what we got going on today is a transfer switch swap. So the customer was complaining that they did not have power when they switched from the plug power to the generator power. And what that entails, or actually what a transfer switch is, so it's literally just a box that switches from shore power to generator power, and it takes one of those power sources and runs it to the breaker box, which then gives you the power to the coach. The reason or purpose for transfer switch is so, say you have the trailer plugged in and then you started your generator. You don't want both of those forms of power running to the breaker box, because then you should only have 120 power, two legs of it if it's a 50 amp. You don't want basically 240 all at once. It would be a crap show. So we got our new transfer switch in. Look at that sucker. It's a Furrion transfer switch 50 amp. I'm going to take this out of the box real quick. So, as you can see, I'll get right here. So, you'll have shore power and generator power, and then your line out. So, you'll have two power wires in each hole here, and one coming out. So, let's get it changed up. So, you just kind of pop the little tabbies off the cap, and there she is. So, let's go down there. Cool. So easy enough. You can see the shore power, generator power, and then your line power coming out of it. So okay, so normally on these what you'll actually have is a box that has Allen heads in here, or actually flat tip screwdriver heads. But on this specific one, since it's a newer updated model, the Furrion ones only need a square head. So get you a good square head. Now, first things first, obviously make sure the trailer is unplugged and there is no power in this box at all, because we are going to be messing with all of these wires and you don't want to get shocked. Another thing that I always like to do when I'm messing with multiple wires is I always take a picture. I don't care how experienced you are. It always helps. So take a picture of that. Cool. And we will start taking this sucker apart. So you have your little ground bar right here. All of the grounds at each of these power supplies actually hook to this bar. So I'm going to take that out first. So we're going to do the wire holders. They have these little round clips, or not clips. I guess they're just basically for sealing the wire. Okay, take off one at a time.
forgot using that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you got to pop these holes out right here and here. So once you have that popped out, then take this sucker, pop this in. You might have to turn it a little bit. Cool. Then once you have it in, put it in the same place that you saw the last one. Tighten this nut, and then you're good to go. Cool. Alright, 2 more to go. So, like I said, make sure that you get the exact same holes that were on the last one. So, alright, there it goes. So it's funny, I've seen people start getting antsy and doing this job too fast, and I can say this from experience, where you'll just take the wires and pop them in these holes and then forget to put these in. So you always just have to slow down a little bit, make sure you're doing every step right. That way you don't have to undo everything that you did just so you can put these back on, because you have to have these on. It's for one, to keep the bugs and dust and debris out, and then the other thing is just obviously to hold the wires in place of where they need to be. So, alright, switched and done. So. Okay, so he's going to go and plug this bus in. Well, that was a very loud click. But since we're in here, that's actually a really good thing. It did make that click. So now you can actually hear it clicking over from shore to generator. Or not shore. From generator to shore and letting the power through. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your meter, you're going to put it on AC auto. Don't touch anything in here. Just only use your power probes. What you're going to do is put this on your ground bar. Put this here. Perfect. So I was actually mistaken, or I actually wasn't mistaken. I thought the shore was here, but this is actually the shore. So obviously put your ground bar here on your actual ground bar itself. And then since you have the shore power coming in here, you're going to make sure that on the black wire you have 120 volts, which we do. And on the red wire that you have 120 volts, which we do. So this is the main thing to make sure that this is working right. It's fine if you have power here. That's where you should have power. It's where you have when you have power at your line power. So we're going to make sure. So sure enough, we have 120 power on the black and 120 power on the red. So this was a success. So in the beginning of this, y'all saw how this thing was clicking back and forth. That's how you know for sure that this thing has clicked over and has sent the power from here to there. So it's actually pretty easy. This one, you just have to make sure that you get the wires where they need to go. Also, big thing, make sure that all of these are tight. I've seen a lot of these go bad because when people are putting these things in, they don't tighten them down, or you know, over time they'll wiggle or something like that. So make sure that they get really, really tight in there, because you don't want these getting loose and start sparking up, because that's when these things start going bad. So moral of the story is, make sure these are tight. Make sure you have no power when you're doing this. And that is it. We're all set and good to go. We can put the cover on this thing and be done.